This is Echoes of the Past, Book 1 of the Clara Monroe Series, by Mara Blackwood. Chapter 12, The Glass Door. By Thursday, the Ward Street had forgotten how to look haunted. The patrol tape was gone. The grass had been cut. The neighbors had returned to their morning routines with the same careful innocence they used for property lines. Only the Ward house stayed closed. Only the quiet stayed loud. Clara stood in the precinct restroom with cold water running over her wrists longer than necessary. The water numbed her skin. It did nothing for the heat behind her ribs. 30 seconds. The number kept turning in her head like a coin she couldn't stop flipping. She shut off the faucet, dried her hands with one paper towel, then another, slower, as if friction could restore order. In the mirror, her face remained what it had been in Chapter 1. Composed, pale, unremarkable. She went back to her office and forced the case to widen. Because if she let it narrow to the messages, she would be doing exactly what the sender wanted. Halpern was waiting with a stack of stills from the bank footage and a drive from digital. "We pulled adjacent cameras," he said. "Not just the ATM parking lot. Intersection cams. A gas station across the street." Clara nodded once. "Show me." They worked in silence as the footage rolled. The ATM vestibule camera was the clearest. Evelyn Ward enters alone at 3:18 p.m. She looks over her shoulder before the glass door closes behind her. The motion is small, almost reflexive. Then she sees him. Outside the vestibule, just beyond the glass. Hood up, face angled away, hands still, not pacing, not fidgeting, waiting. Evelyn pauses with her hand on the keypad, breath visible in her shoulders. Then she withdraws the cash, $5,000. She doesn't count it. She doesn't tuck it away with care. She folds it once, quick and nervous, and leaves. As she pushes through the glass door, she looks at him again. Recognition, not surprise, and the hooded figure does something that makes Clara's jaw tighten. He doesn't follow immediately. He watches her walk away. 30 seconds. Then he turns and leaves in the opposite direction. Halpern paused the footage. "There," he said quietly. "That's what you meant." The pause. Clara didn't answer. She didn't need to. They rolled the adjacent cameras. A grainy lot view showed Evelyn's car leaving. The hooded figure moved toward the sidewalk and disappeared behind a row of parked vehicles. Then, at 3:19:52, he reappeared farther down, crossing at the corner. He did not hurry. He did not look around. He walked like someone who had done this before. The gas station camera caught him for 2 seconds. Not the face, but the wrist, a glove cuff, and beneath it, faint lines. Parallel. Old scars or old marks. Clara felt the cold settle again. "Get a still of his shoes," she said. Halpern looked at her. "Shoes?" "Stride," she said. "Sole pattern. Brand. If he's consistent, he's consistent." Halpern nodded and signaled digital. Clara didn't say what she was thinking, that the man at the bank didn't need the money. He needed Evelyn to feel watched while she handed it over to someone else. The threat wasn't him. He was the pressure. At noon, a patrol unit dropped a thin evidence bag on Clara's desk. Inside, the torn fragment of cream card stock recovered from the Ward study baseboard. Digital had finished a preliminary analysis. "Raised border matches the windshield note," the tech told her. "Same stock, same emboss pattern. Could be from a small local print shop. We're running it." Clara nodded. "Any ink bleed differences?" she asked. "Not yet." Clara looked at the fragment again. Cream stock, faint raised border, a piece of something torn in anger or urgency. It wasn't a message meant to be read. It was residue. And residue told her what the sender couldn't control. The moment something went wrong. The Ward investigation needed more bodies around it. Not victims, people. Clara assigned Halpern to push outward from the school while she worked inward through Evelyn's digital life. Warrants returned by mid-afternoon. Evelyn's email was clean. Too clean. Evelyn's personal phone was not. Recovered messages weren't just from the burner number. There were other threads, short, tense, and largely deleted. One stood out because the tone was different. Not threatening, guiding. A saved contact name, Dr. L. Sato. Clara scrolled. The messages were sparse. Dr. Sato. We can slow this down if you feel overwhelmed. Evelyn. He keeps saying I'm wrong. Dr. Sato. Memory can feel wrong when it's surfacing. That doesn't mean it isn't true. Evelyn. What if it's not mine? Dr. Sato. Then we anchor to facts. Bring the photograph next session. Clara's fingers tightened once around the phone. Therapist or counselor? Someone in Evelyn's orbit who spoke the language of memory, carefully, professionally. Someone who might be helping. Or someone who might be shaping. Option 2 lived here. Exploiting fear. Creating doubt? But this thread didn't read like extortion. It read like treatment. Which meant it could be harmless, or it could be the perfect cover. Clara forwarded the contact details to Halpern. Then she did something she hadn't done yet. She searched Evelyn's calendar. There it was. Weekly appointments, Sato, Thursday 6 o'clock. No address, just the name. And another entry, twice in the last month. Group. Wednesday 7:30. Group. Support group? Therapy group? Something else? Clara opened the location data attached to the calendar entry. A small office plaza on the east side. Ground floor suite. Clara and Halpern drove there together. Neither of them spoke much on the way. The sky had gone the color of old paper. The roads were wet. People moved as if they were late to something. The plaza was ordinary. Dentist, optometrist, yoga studio. A small sign in the window, Sato Counseling Services. Trauma, anxiety, family systems. Clara held the door open for Halpern. Inside, the air smelled like lavender and cheap coffee. The waiting room was clean. Soft chairs, neutral artwork. A bowl of mints placed as if it mattered. A receptionist looked up. Can I help you? Clara showed her badge. I need to speak with Dr. Sato, she said. The receptionist's expression shifted instantly into the kind of concern that didn't include surprise. Dr. Sato is with a client, she said. If you'd like to leave. This is a homicide investigation, Clara said. We'll wait. They waited. Clara watched the hallway. A closed door at the far end. Muted voices. A second door, slightly ajar, revealing a group room with a circle of chairs. On the wall, a whiteboard. Someone had written a phrase in blue marker. Your memory wants to protect you. Clara stared at it longer than she meant to. Halpern noticed. You okay? He asked quietly. I'm fine, she said. He didn't respond. After 12 minutes, the door at the far end opened. A man stepped out. Mid-40s. Handsome in a careful way. Coat too expensive for the building. Eyes that didn't want to meet Clara's. He saw the badges and stiffened. Then he walked out without speaking to anyone. Clara watched him until the outer door shut. The hallway door opened again. A woman stepped out this time. Late 20s. Hoodie pulled tight. Face lowered. She moved quickly toward the exit. Clara stood. Ma'am, she said. The woman paused. Clara kept her voice even. Detective Monroe, were you here for Dr. Sato? The woman's eyes flicked up, then away. Yes, she said. Did you know Evelyn Ward? The woman's mouth tightened. No. Were you in a group session with her? Clara pressed. The woman's breath caught. Then, after a beat, I don't talk about group. Clara held her gaze. "I'm not asking about the group," Clara said. "I'm asking about Evelyn. She's dead." The woman stared at her. Something flickered across her face. Not grief, not shock. Recognition. "She's dead?" she whispered. Clara watched her carefully. The woman's eyes went wet, not because she cared, because it meant something else had moved from possibility to fact. "She was scared," the woman said, voice low. "She said someone was rehearsing her." Clara felt the words settle. Rehearsing, not remembering, not uncovering, rehearsing. "Who?" Clara asked. The woman shook her head, breathing fast now. "I don't know. She wouldn't say, but she said he wanted her to say it the right way." "The right way for who?" Halpern asked. The woman looked at him, then at Clara. "For someone who was listening," she said. Then she walked out quickly, as if she'd already said too much. Clara didn't stop her, because fear made people leave, and leaving was its own kind of evidence. Dr. Lillian Sato met them in her office. Asian woman, early 50s. Calm voice. Professional posture that didn't crack when she saw homicide detectives in her waiting room. "Detective Monroe," she said. "Sergeant Halpern." "Dr. Sato," Clara replied. "Evelyn Ward was your patient." Dr. Sato's eyes softened in a controlled way. "Yes," she said. "I just heard." "You knew she was in distress," Clara said. "She was anxious," Dr. Sato corrected gently. "Not unusual. She was experiencing intrusive memories." "Or perceived memories," Clara said. Dr. Sato didn't react to the edge. "Both are possible," she said. Clara didn't like the answer. She kept her voice even. "Did Evelyn believe someone was contacting her?" "Yes," Dr. Sato said. "She reported messages. She did not show me the messages." "Did you advise her to contact police?" Halpern asked. "Yes," Dr. Sato replied, "multiple times." Clara held Dr. Sato's gaze. "Did Evelyn withdraw $5,000 because of these messages?" Dr. Sato paused. Small, but present. "I don't know," she said. Clara watched the pause. It wasn't guilt, it was calculation, professional boundaries. But boundaries could be used as cover. "Did Evelyn bring a photograph to your sessions?" Clara asked. Dr. Sato nodded. "Yes." "The photograph of her and her brother," Clara said. "Yes." "What did she say about it?" Clara asked. Dr. Sato folded her hands. "She said his face felt wrong," she said, "like it belonged to someone else." Clara felt her spine stiffen. "And what did you tell her?" Clara asked. "I told her that perception changes with stress," Dr. Sato replied. "That it doesn't mean the photograph changed. It means her relationship to it changed." "And the book she purchased," Clara said. "False Recall. Did you recommend it?" Dr. Sato shook her head. "No." "Did she mention it?" "Yes," Dr. Sato said. "She said she found it online. She said she wanted to understand why her memories felt unstable." Clara leaned forward slightly. "Did anyone else in your practice discuss false recall with Evelyn?" she asked. Dr. Sato's eyes narrowed slightly. "No," she said. "And Detective, if you're implying—" "I'm not implying," Clara said. "I'm asking." Dr. Sato studied her for a beat. Then, "Evelyn was suggestible in her fear. That does not mean she was being manipulated by a therapist." Clara held her gaze. "I'm not accusing you," Clara said. It was true, but it wasn't reassuring. "What is this group session?" Halpern asked. Dr. Sato's jaw tightened. "Support group," she said, "for trauma survivors." Clara didn't like the word survivors. It assumed the ending. Attendance records, Clara said. Names. Dr. Sato's eyes hardened. I can't violate patient confidentiality. Clara slid a warrant across the desk. Dr. Sato looked at it, then at Clara. Her composure held, but the skin around her eyes tightened. All right, she said quietly. I will comply. Clara stood. At the door, she turned back. Dr. Sato, she said. Did Evelyn ever speak my name? Dr. Sato paused again. Longer. Halpern noticed this time too. I don't disclose other patients, Dr. Sato said. That's not what I asked, Clara replied. Dr. Sato's mouth pressed into a thin line. Then she said softly, carefully. She said there was another woman, a detective. She didn't know her, but she said he kept comparing them. Clara felt the blood drain from her fingertips. Comparing them. Did she say my name? Clara asked again, voice unchanged. Dr. Sato held her gaze. No, she said. She said the detective's name was Clara. That's all. Clara nodded once, then left. In the car, Halpern didn't start the engine right away. He looked at Clara as if he were trying to decide whether to push. You want to tell me what that did to you? He asked. It didn't, Clara said. Halpern waited. You can lie to me, he said quietly, but don't lie to yourself. Clara stared straight ahead. The plaza reflected in the windshield, the gray sky, the ordinary traffic. I'm not lying, she said. Halpern exhaled and started the car. Back at the precinct, the group list arrived within an hour. Names redacted partially, but enough remained. Clara scanned it once, then again. One name stopped her. Ward, Evelyn, referral. Reyes. Ms. Halpern leaned in. Reyes, he said. Clara's voice stayed even. My father's partner, she said. Halpern stared at the paper. How does a retired detective refer a suburban teacher to a trauma group? Clara didn't answer, because her mind had already moved 3 steps ahead. Reyes lied about the second car. Reyes referred Evelyn. Evelyn was being rehearsed. Someone was comparing her to a detective named Clara. Option 4 tightened. Someone benefiting from destabilizing Clara wasn't abstract anymore. It had a name, or at least a path. Clara folded the paper and placed it in her desk drawer with deliberate care, as if the act could keep it contained. Halpern watched her. Monroe, he said quietly. That's not normal. No, she agreed. Did Reyes know Evelyn? He asked. I don't know, Clara said. Did your father? Clara's jaw tightened once, then smoothed. I don't know, she repeated. Halpern studied her face. You're starting to say that a lot, he said. Clara didn't respond, because it was true, and because the unknown was spreading. That night, her phone stays silent. No messages, no images, nothing. The silence feels like a hand withdrawn, just long enough to prove it can return. Clara sits at her kitchen table with the group list in front of her. Reyes, MZ referral, a procedural line that shouldn't matter, but does. She opens her private notebook. She writes, Reyes to Sato Group to Evelyn. Then beneath it, who sent Evelyn? Then a third line, slower. Who sent me? She closes the notebook. The radiator ticks like a restrained pulse. Clara remains composed. But inside, the cases have begun to overlap in a way she can't unsee. And for the first time, the pressure isn't coming from the messages. It's coming from the official paper, from the sanctioned path, from the possibility that the person shaping this wasn't hiding outside glass doors, but inside systems she had trusted without question. She turns off the kitchen light. In the dark, she stands at the window and looks down at her car. Still there, still quiet, and she understands the next move before it arrives. If Reyes is involved, then the next leverage won't be a message. It will be a file, a record, something stamped legitimate, something that rewrites the story without needing her permission. She doesn't sleep. She waits. That concludes Chapter 12 of Echoes of the Past. The story continues in the next installment. Until then, listen closely. Some details matter more than they first appear.